This is St. Louis on the Air from St. Louis Public Radio. I'm Elaine Cha. In Chesterfield, Missouri, there's a basement that tens of thousands of people around the globe have seen. It's where Ron Branstetter, a public safety officer at the Community Music School of Webster University and self-proclaimed boomer, started the YouTube channel Ron's Basement. Now, that channel used to focus on conversation about gold and silver and sometimes stocks. But in December, Branstetter introduced something brand new to the world, a meme coin called unicorn fart dust. That's right, unicorn fart dust. And it's taken off so spectacularly that a global community has sprung up around it. Here to share that story is Ron Branstetter himself. Ron, welcome to St. Louis on the Air.
Well, thank you, and it's a big honor to be here today.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, Ron, let's just get to it. How is it that you got into crypto?
Well, it was about 12 weeks ago on December 15th that my wife, Susie, sent me an article about meme coins being created on a platform called pump.fun, and that you could do it for as little as $20, if I remember correctly. That piqued my curiosity. I was already becoming curious about crypto. So the next day I decided to give it a shot, and I invested $100 and started Unicorn Fart Dust, which is a cryptocurrency meme coin.
And what does it take to create a meme coin?
Well, you need to have a crypto wallet, which is one of the first things. I had never owned a crypto prior to this, so I was watching a 10-minute YouTube video about how to create a meme coin on pump.fun, and it said you needed a wallet, so I went upstairs and grabbed my leather wallet. But you need to have a wallet, you need to have a cryptocurrency, and you need to watch a 10-minute YouTube video like I did. And basically, I'm technically the developer of Unicorn Fart Dust, but the reality is it was a very easy process. I had to plug in basically 4 data fields and spend $100, like I said.
Where does the name Unicorn Fart Dust come from?
That's a great question. I did not invent it. I don't know who came up with the name originally, but in the past, like you said, I was a gold and silver focused YouTube channel. I had a very successful gold and silver niche YouTube channel, and I would refer to cryptocurrency as Unicorn Fart Dust because a lot of people in the gold and silver community do not like cryptocurrency, and I was included in those ranks in previous years. As I became more open to crypto and as things started to change over the last year, I softened my stance on that. But in all honesty, I'd always referred to crypto and the U.S. dollar as being unicorn fart dust.
Okay, so an imaginary character, and what would be hard to see if that character actually had some flatulence.
Right.
So Unicorn Fart Dust, Ron, it reached a 240 million market cap in just 48 hours. I mean, what was your reaction to that?
I was in shock. I call it, and I still call it 12 weeks later, one of the most positive, traumatic experiences that I've had in my life. But what I learned very, very quickly in the process, like on day 2, because I'd promised the community on the first night that I wouldn't sell any more of my Unicorn Fart Dust coins, but we call them beans now, was that there was a strong community of people, like almost immediately, that gravitated toward what Unicorn Fart Dust was doing. And I just realized how powerful that community is. And it like kind of captured my heart. And the second morning when I woke up, I had in my balance in my crypto wallet over $1 million. And but something much more important and powerful told me that this could be a much bigger thing on a much broader scale. So I stuck with it, and I'm still with it through today.
And to get some sense of what that community is, you let your fans know, Ron, that you are coming on our show. And in the past week, we've received calls from several members of the Unicorn Fart Dust community. Here's what they shared with us.
Oh, baby, Unicorn Fart Dust. I never thought I would own cryptocurrency. I, like Ron, thought it was unicorn fart dust.
I was brand new to crypto. I actually followed his gold and silver channel. He called us basement dwellers. We got into unicorn fart dust. We didn't actually buy it that first night when he broadcasted his message, and how I wish we had.
My husband and I are both teachers, and we have only been in crypto for a short time before we saw all of the rugs and all of the scams.
This space is full of people who are, come in, they try to extract, and they try to launch random meme coins just to be able to, walk away with a profit and just be able to kind of, what we call rug pull community members.
There's just so much negativity and also a lot of shenanigans, let's say, that go on.
So much of this crypto is by and for the chronically online internet tech-savvy gamblers, but it's also hard to ignore. I was curious a bit and ignored it in 2017. I missed most of the run-up in 2021. But here we are again, and Bitcoin is over $100,000, has been there for a while. Ethereum, XRP, Solana. How am I supposed to understand all of this stuff? And then enter Basement Ron.
We truly support everything that he's doing, and it's really, a positive movement of what we call good attracts good. And it's, it's really, really refreshing to see in the crypto space to have someone with good intentions, someone who is fostering a community of people who want to help each other and want to spread positivity in the crypto space.
Me and my husband are going to continue to add beans to our portfolio, and we are 100% diamond hooved and all about it.
I'm a husband, a father, and I got to admit, at this point, a duster for life.
And let me tell you something. When the whole market's bleeding, going down, everything's at red, you know what stays steady? Unicorn fart dust.
That was Christine from Tampa, Craig from Chicago, ex-user Crazy Goat from Ohio, Derek in San Diego, Tara Rogers from Australia, and David Ashtonau. They're all members of the Unicorn Fart Dust meme coin community. So it is an overcast and rainy day today, Ron.
Yeah.
There's a lot of light and sunshine in what we just heard. What is your reaction to hearing all of those sentiments?
Yeah, it's completely overwhelming for me, if I'm honest. I'm full of gratitude and humility. It's really the reason why, like I said earlier, on that second day, I could sense that it was going to be something special, and that all I had to do was my part, which was I do a live stream every day, but continue to demonstrate, honesty, integrity, transparency with the community. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I'd never owned a crypto before. I had no idea that these communities even existed, and it really, truly is overpowering, and it's where the value is. People ask a lot of times, where's the value in a cryptocurrency, including myself 13 weeks ago. And the value is in what we just listened to, in people coming together and people having a shared sense of belief and a shared mission. Much like, any other club or organization, people are willing to assign value to that. And I fought back tears as I was listening to those.
Oh, good tears.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're talking with Ron Branstetter, who is the creator of the meme coin Unicorn Fart Dust. We'd like to invite you to join the conversation. Do you have any meme coin holdings? What's been your experience in the crypto space? And if you have any questions about crypto, give us a call. You can reach us at 314-516-6397. That's 314-516-NEWS. You can also email us at talk@stlpr.org. So, Ron, 40,000 holders of these beans.
Right.
Put that into some context for us. I mean, is that a lot for a fairly new meme coin? And how much do holding numbers typically fluctuate?
Yeah, I think it is an extraordinary accomplishment on behalf of the community. And I always say that like the community has driven unicorn fart dust from the very beginning. I did not have a strategy behind this. It was an experiment, and it's been what they call a community takeover from day one. I think that's added to the robustness of the community. And, those numbers have been really steady for the last, probably 3 or 4 weeks. But the crypto sector in general has gone through a bit of a downturn. So the available pool of bean holders has actually probably shrunk a little bit. But the fact that we've remained the same in real terms is actually a big accomplishment.
Mm-hmm. Now, community, I think, is something, it's a term that is used frequently. And this is not a community that is only around beans. Mm-hmm. Ex-user Crazy Goat, whom we heard from in that montage, also shared that she loves the art and music that's being created by the unicorn fart dust community. You are wearing a sweatshirt with a very colorful print on it. Do you have a favorite creation? Is what you're wearing one of them?
I do love this, but I love all the different creations that come out. And we're talking, there's things called NFTs, which are non-fungible tokens. Mm. There's just memes that are created, static memes. There are several people that make short meme videos with artificial intelligence that are absolutely hilarious, some of which include me running around in my tighty-whitey underwear. Okay. But, I have a pretty flexible sense of humor. Mm-hmm. There's music. We have a DJ who just started up who's doing like live DJ shows that thousands of people are coming to. So it's just across the board. People are finding, because it's such a decentralized organization or decentralized community, people are finding different ways to contribute, and I encourage people to do that. Like, find a way. Everybody has a special, unique talent, and we're all connected, and that like the good ideas keep percolating to the top, and it's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Now, one of the things that has happened along the way that I think is important to this story is that you were hacked.
Yep.
What happened there?
Yep. So I was not storing my beans or my coins in a hardware wallet or a cold storage wallet. They were in a regular hot wallet, it's called. And several people had warned me about that, but I thought I was safe because it was only on my phone, and I thought it would never happen to me. Well, some very ingenious hackers figured out a way to basically get into my wallet, and in the matter of minutes, and at the time it was worth $1 million, they were able to drain all the crypto that I had. So, it was a rather another traumatic, bad experience. But what wound up happening was the community started a community wallet for me to donate them back. And at the end, they donated all of those. Everything that was stolen was given back to me, which is a very powerful statement on behalf of what this community was willing to do for me. I think they knew that my wife Susie and I were making sacrifices and doing a lot for the community, and for them to do that for us was just a very powerful statement. And I think really kind of unheard of in the world in general. I mean, they basically restored everything that we had, and I think it's a testament to the strength of the UFD. I keep using the word community, but community.
Right. Mm-hmm. And the mantra of UFD, of the Unicorn Fart Dust community, is good attracts good. Yeah. How did you arrive at that?
I don't know. I will say that I believe that I created that myself. And I don't specifically remember. I kind of remember the day that it happened and remembered it catching on. We're very active on crypto Twitter, it's called. For anybody out there who wants to look us up, go on to Twitter and put in $UFD, and you'll be overwhelmed with interesting things on Twitter. But I don't know why. I don't know. Well, I know why it took off. I don't know specifically why it came to mind. Probably because that's what I was experiencing at that point within the community, that there were a lot of good people showing up, and I felt like the things that they were doing were attracting more good people. And I really felt that that throughout the world, that most people are good. Mm-hmm. And it dawned on me like, wow, this could be a real powerful movement that not just in the United States, but everywhere in the world, people, I think, genuinely want to be good and to do good things and to be part of a community that's doing that doesn't care what your political thoughts are, doesn't care what color your skin is or anything else, like, or how old you are or how young you are, because we have a lot of older people also that are in our community, which is unusual for crypto as well.
We're talking with Ron Branstetter. He's the Chesterfield man whose meme coin unicorn fart dust, which he created as a joke and an experiment, ended up creating a community of more than 40,000 people across the globe. So, Ron, while unicorn fart dust, the meme coin, is about the larger community, which we've been talking about, it is also about you. Mm-hmm. Is it strange to realize that you are one of the folks that you are investing in, that you yourself are unicorn fart dust?
Yeah, like I said earlier, the whole situation, it took us by surprise. But I think, when I boil it down to the fact that what happened, I created unicorn fart dust. And Susie and I at the very beginning, had this conversation. It's like, I created this. It's my responsibility. I used the analogy. It was like an unplanned baby being delivered at our door, and that we were going to stick to it. So, to the extent that I feel like I'm investing in myself, or that I'm investing, really. I say, and this is the truth, at this point, I am just one of the members of the community. I think my role has become that I'm the face. I am technically the base dev. They call me the boomer dev, even though I'm technically not a baby boomer.
Right.
But I have a role within the community just like everybody else, and I'm really no like bigger or smaller. We aren't like a big centralized corporation or anything like that. This is like Bitcoin was when it first started, a complete kind of community grassroots organization where if you've got a good idea, go for it. And if it works, great. If not, well, then come up with another great idea. Mm-hmm. So it's a I think a unique situation that I don't feel like I'm in control necessarily, but I can be the face, I can be the communicator at this point, and it's something that I feel like is a privilege and an honor, and it's humbling to see what these people, what the community members are doing throughout the world.
You'd mentioned sacrifices earlier.
Yeah.
What are some of those sacrifices that you and your wife Susie, who's often called Susie Upstairs Susie?
Upstairs Susie, yeah.
What are some of those sacrifices that have been made that you, with your wife, have decided to make?
Yeah, well, it's an honor to get to make the sacrifices. I'll start by saying that, but it really turned our lives upside down. On a week before Christmas, it was an interesting Christmas season at our house. I'd spent 3 years building up a robust gold and silver niche YouTube channel, and I basically there was no way that I could do unicorn fart dust and do the gold and silver at the same time. So we had to walk away from a large amount of our income to start with, and then we also had to face kind of the wrath and ire of some of the people in the gold and silver community when I decided to transfer. And, we've lost a bit of our privacy. It's a little bit scary at times, right, because I've become a bit of a public figure.
Right.
So, that's just a few things. But, yeah, it's any sacrifices that we've made, I think we both feel like if we had to go back and do it again, I'd do it again.
Mm-hmm. Have you been recognized in public?
Oh, sure. Yes. Yeah.
What do those interactions entail?
Just a couple of people. I was at Ragazzi's restaurant on the hill. There was a documentary film crew in town from New York, and we went to Ragazzi's after we went to the City Museum, and the waiter immediately knew me. He was like, "You're the Unicorn Fart, you're the guy. I own Unicorn Fart Dust."
Oh.
So it's always been, and it had happened a few times over the last number of weeks. It's always a positive interaction. I'll tell you something very interesting. I know you didn't ask this question, but what's one thing that shocked me about the UFD community is that I never get hate mail. I've yet to get any piece of direct message or an email or anything from anyone who's negative about or anything mean like, everyone in the community, it's almost strange, is very nice and very positive.
Mm-hmm. Ron, you went into all of this because you were dubious. You were thinking it was a bubble.
Yeah.
Where are you on that now?
In terms of crypto?
Yeah.
Yeah, I look at it completely differently at this point. Once I, probably during the first 2 to 3 days, began to realize that there's value in a community, that there's value in relationships, that there's value in a shared belief system, and that if the value that we offer people, I've read this, there's an epidemic of loneliness in the world right now, an epidemic of isolation, and I think we all feel that from time to time, and that if this community, just with that part alone, gives people a place where they're accepted, they belong, that creates value. I mean, people pay money to watch TV every month. People pay money to go to movies, or people pay money to belong to clubs or whatever, and that there is real value within a community, and within a community that's doing good things.
Mm-hmm. So the correspondence that you've talked about, if you've not been getting anything negative, which actually is quite a wonder, what are some of the things people have shared with you about the way this community is adding very specific kinds of value to their lives?
Yeah. We get all types, and I guess I'm dodging your question with specific examples, but I think the overriding feeling that I get from people and why this resonates so much with so many people around the world is that they feel like they're getting a fair shot because I've been completely transparent about everything, which is, I think, unusual in the financial world in general, but in particular unusual within the cryptocurrency world, where someone is just completely honest, completely transparent about everything in giving a fair and level playing field. That people feel like they're getting a fair shot, like they've got a chance to participate in this on a fair level playing field and to be a part of it, to contribute to it. And at the same time that they can be part of this community and do some good things as well. People, anyway, go, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, this is why we're here, to have a conversation. What is the promise very specifically that you have made to the members of this community?
That if I do anything, and I mean anything ever, that will affect the value or the community of Unicorn Fart Dust, that I will tell them about it before I do it. Including even if I'm going to buy more beans for myself, that I will pre-announce anything that I'm going to do. And that and I think that alone lets people know that they can rest easy, right? That I'm aligned with them 100%, and that we're kind of on the same journey together.
And you could cash out on this, right? In the way that creators of other meme coins have.
Yep.
What is Unicorn Fart Dust worth now?
The entire token is worth around $70 to $80 million right now.
70 to 80.
70 to 80 million. That's not mine. I own 0.6% of it. So, yeah, I mean, in theory, I could cash out anytime. I have no plans to sell any of my unicorn fart dust tokens. I believe that that by holding them and continuing to foster the community to the extent that I'm able to contribute to doing that there's much greater things to come in the future. This is a very, very unique situation within the financial world, but even within the crypto world. And again, I want to emphasize, I wasn't smart enough to plan this out strategically. I just did it as an experiment. I won't really call it a joke. Everybody says joke, but it was really more of an experiment. And from there, I just did what I thought was fair and honest. I had no idea some of the shenanigans that went on within the crypto world, and they go on within the broader financial world as well. But I just did what I knew was right and treated people the way that I felt like I wanted to be treated myself.
For anybody who's listening now who has an interest that has been piqued by this conversation, interest in crypto, what is a piece of advice that you would share with them based on what you have learned in the last few months?
Oh, yeah, well, unicorn fart dust is the best crypto ever, yeah. and I do believe that, but I would say be very careful, and that's what I was told when I came in. Be very careful. Cryptocurrencies are generally still unregulated, so you have to be very, very careful. It is different than what a lot of us are used to with traditional banking, but that also it's worth learning about. It's worth checking out because electronic forms of money, cryptocurrency are here to stay and will be part of our future. So I think that that by ignoring that, people are doing themselves a disservice. And I was that way, 14 weeks ago. But it's not, there's a lot of resources out there. There are a lot of good people, but also be careful.
And in the last 30 seconds, you have twin middle school aged children. What do they think of all of this?
Well, they're great, and they're sometimes a little embarrassed by me, which I understand. I'm sometimes embarrassed by myself, but I have the best wife in the world, and and the best daughters.
Oh. Ron Branstetter is creator of the memecoin Unicorn Fart Dust and host of Ron's Basement YouTube channel. Ron, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Helen. It was great. Thank you.
This episode was produced by Emily Woodbury.
Audio engineering and podcast design by Aaron Dorr.
Our executive producer is Alex Hoyer.
St. Louis on the Air is a production of St. Louis Public Radio. Understanding starts here.
Do you find yourself regularly listening to episodes of St. Louis on the Air? Suggest us to a friend you think might enjoy our conversations. And leave us a review and rating on Apple Podcasts on the App Store. It's the simplest way to help people discover our show. Thanks.
St. Louis Public Radio is a member-supported service of the University of Missouri St. Louis.